All right, so what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to talk about Nvidia because yesterday was the first time that we've actually seen, or maybe the second time that we've seen a change occur into the market of this stock being very, very bullish. We're getting hints that now sellers are trying to impact price and it may continue to go down. So welcome everyone to the channel. We're going to talk about that today. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe for more videos and content. You begin to see that we don't push and hype up stocks. We just simply come through and pay attention to what everyone else is trying to do. So let's go ahead and talk about what I'm seeing on the chart for Nvidia. So right now, you guys can see that this stock is in an uptrend. Cool, no problem. We try to make sure that we stay ahead of the game, of the competition, because they're planning on what's going to happen into the future as well. And you can tell that by these price bars. The price bars is the volume. It's the language of the market participants. It tells us what people are thinking. And when you combine price bars and volume, you begin to say, okay, one side of this market, whether it's the sellers or the buyers, is actually moving this price. And these 2 days right here is telling me that sellers are trying to move the price in Nvidia. So look, here it is right here. This is the first one. This is that first signal that something changed in the market in Nvidia, of seeing price go up to where we might be pumping the brakes, and there's an area of sellers that is trying to move the market down. That's the first day right there. And then the second day occurred yesterday, to where Nvidia fell down 3.5%. Okay, now it's not that price fell down 3.5%. It's the fact of how the price bar looks. You guys can see that we started the day at $182.42 and we closed at the very bottom of the bar. That tells us that buyers really wasn't present throughout the day of trading yesterday in Nvidia, because if they were, they would have been able to take this close price and move it up towards the middle of the bar. That would tell us that buyers came through, pretty much like this day. You see where the market of the bar closed, right? It tells us that buyers came in and they were able to move price back up on the bar. But we didn't get that yesterday. And again, the volume also tells us that one side of the market was a little bit more active. When you see price making all-time highs and you see volume bars increasing, either one of two things: either the market is buying or the market is selling. And you can see at these high volume bars that it looked like there's more people trying to sell Nvidia. Now, doesn't mean that the price in this stock is going to crash. No, we just preparing ourselves for a move to the downside. You can see right here on this day that this could be an area of support. You can see that the price move into a very unfamiliar area, and this price bar is kind of like standing on its own. Nothing else is around that point yet. You see that, right? That could be a point to where buyers would attempt to keep price in Nvidia from falling further. Either that area or this one right here. Okay, so these 2 points will be the area that I'm targeting if I'm looking for the market in Nvidia to continue to go down. That's it. Simple, real easy. That's how we're going to try to target the market for Nvidia. So now we're going to draw the pockets that we substantiate or think that there's more sellers, and that's one area there. This is probably the only way we're going to create, and then we're going to add the buy pockets off of these daily time frames. So either it's going to be right here. Okay, so let's make that into a buy pocket, and the next one would be here. Okay, so it's very doable, plausible, reasonable to think that price in Nvidia can hit one of these 2 pockets. It's not even that far, and we could potentially see a bounce into the market in this stock at those areas. Here it is on the 2. Okay, so we got 9 hours and a minute left, and if the market closes at the very bottom of the bar like it is, then yeah, we're going to try to target those 2 pockets there. Here it is on the 3. You can see the same thing right now on the 3 and the 4, 5. Yeah, all these time frames look pretty weak, but the market hasn't completed yet on the price bar. So like we got a day and 10 hours on the 3. Currently, it looks weak. Same thing on the 4. We got 2 days and 10 hours. currently it looks weak. 5, 2 days and 10 hours, currently looks weak. Here it is on the weekly time frame, currently looks weak. So we're not saying that we're having high confidence that the market in Nvidia is going to continue to go down. We're seeing the beginning stages of it. And if it continues when the 3, the 4, the 5, and the weekly time frame prints, then yeah, the market in Nvidia may continue to go a lot lower than what we're actually anticipating with these two buy pockets that we created. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of these sell pockets here for Nvidia too. Here it is for the month so far. Here is Nvidia on the 11-hour chart. You guys can see that this is definitely a big area of selling. Like the buyers in Nvidia could not even break price above that pocket. So that's a very strong area. Somebody is really selling their position out in Nvidia up there. Okay, so you can see even on the hourly chart that yeah, buyers are coming in on these two areas here. Take a look at this on the 5-hour chart. Here it is on the 3. Here's Nvidia on the 1-hour chart. This area right here looks like it could be a sell pocket, so just be aware of this area too. Okay. Let's look at this on the 330. So yeah, look at that 330 bar. This could be a big sign right here, letting us know what to expect. Okay, here it is on another 330-minute price bar. When you see widespread bars, it means that big money was actually participating, because regular retail outsiders cannot create that much of a spread without the support of the institutions. You know, the ones who have billions of dollars of assets under management. They are the ones who's able to create these very wide spreads, because apparently they're trying to move and get to a certain price, or they're impacting the price so much, so volatile, that the outsiders cannot keep that force at bay, whether it's the force of going up or the force of price going down. So these two arrows that you guys see on the chart is actually an institution trying to push down this price. They're selling out of their positions. They're trying to take their profit, and they got so much of it that price came back and they hit the market again, to where we're seeing price where we see price going lower a second time. So this process can go on until this big institution or whoever is selling is finished with their orders. And then that's when you'll see the market in Nvidia go to a totally different price area, whether it's going to be down or up. Now, the way that you can tell that is the opposite, institutions are buying the stock, is when you see price come down and you see a quick reaction and the market goes right back up. That tells you that there's someone buying the stock, right? There's someone buying the stock. So that's the point we're at now, is to see, okay, we know that the sellers are up here, but will we see buyers come back here? Because if these buyers don't buy, then the market will continue to go lower. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on the chart for Nvidia. We want to anticipate lower prices. Okay, first target is going to be at this first buy pocket, again, either at the low of the pocket or the high. At the high is not much, maybe almost 2%. Next move target will be at around $170, $171, 2.63. We're going to target this next buy pocket, 166.73, gives us around 5% there. Then at the low of that area will be almost 6.25% move to the downside. Okay, now we can ultimately see the market in Nvidia come all the way down to this area. When? We'll see. But that's an area that I'm seeing too. But I'm done. Give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain profit. And as always, trade different.